I've never taught a class on public speaking. I don't really have a desire to. I get offered all the time, like 6 figures. Like, hey, will you sit down with me and like craft my presentation and teach me how to? And I'll give you $100,000. I've never done it before, but in doing it, there's certain pieces that I know that works inside of it, and I don't mean, to be clear with the audience, I don't mean this weird shit of NLP. So there's this, for years there was this concept of like your body motion. I'm not even saying it wasn't true. I'm just saying I don't want to hypnotize you. I don't want to trick you.
I don't want to be weirdly manipulative.
Yeah, I don't want to be weirdly manipulative. I want to aspire you that if my message is connecting with you, I want to aspire you enough to do something about it. I don't want to put you in some trance and manipulate you because I'm moving my right arm 45 times at a 33-degree angle that shows you that I'm
because
willing
to say the
you.
word yes 42 times.
Yeah, that shit drives me crazy. I have no presentations where I'm like, now say yes, or double clap, pop, pop, because they're creating this like rhythm. When they do that, they're trying to create a rhythm into what they're doing. Yeah. I hate all that shit. Not saying it doesn't work, to be clear. I'm just saying I hate all of it. Yeah. But what you said, there's 2 pieces that you said that are very true. Number one, when you find a great speaker who understands truly speaking, what you said is 100% true. You could make I make the same, in theory, presentation month after month after month after month. Same hour and a half presentation. However, people that have heard it, that follow me, will fly into all these different cities on a monthly basis. There'll be 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 people there. And then there'll be another 100, 200, 300 that have heard the same presentation. And they bought the thing that I was wanting to do. They bought it, and now they follow me. And when I get done, they're like, dude, I've never heard you say that before. I'm like, bro, this is your 9th presentation that you've been to.
I said this a week ago.
But the difference is, because it's a different crowd. Yeah. Because it's maybe more Republican crowd, maybe more a Democrat crowd, because it's a different state, different demographics. There's so many things that go into it, which will change the art of how you're presenting. The facts will be the facts. The science will be the science. But the art will change inside of it. So it sounds like a different presentation. And it may be because I lean heavier on a certain jokes here or there, or take away certain jokes I'm not going to say. Certain cities I'll cuss more inside of. Certain cities I'll pull back from. That's one piece you'll always find a great one. The other piece that you said is very, very true. People mess up on slides all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And they think that you'll see this. As soon as you see this on a presentation, you might as well just leave. Yeah. When every time you see someone put a keynote, and on their keynote is like, it's a white keynote with black words, and it has like the full page, the slide is full of like notes, and they're walking you through this, you can leave. Yeah. I have a slide deck, not because I need it, but because I use it as a way to keep the crowd, one more way to keep the crowd in the TikTok world we live in. Yep. I keep the crowd engaged by flipping a slide periodically. But if you go look at my slides, the majority of all my slides have one word. Yeah. It's one fucking word.
Also, the difference is, because I'm not saying to never use slides, the difference is if something went wrong with the tech, which happens all the time.
Happened all the time. Last month to one of our speakers.
If something goes wrong with the tech, you're going to keep going.
It doesn't matter.
That's the difference.
Doesn't matter.
It's like there's so many people, man, that it's like painful for me to watch them, because they click it and they're like, oh, it's not working. I don't know.
Or they put the wrong slide
guy
in
the back. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna just wait till they get this. And it's just like, or you could just be a little bit more prepared, and you could just keep talking.
Know your craft.
Because you know what
Be
you're
fucking great
about.
at what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Know your fucking, be great at what you do. I'll give you an example of it costing money. Last month we had one of our speakers on stage, and something happened with his slide deck. Okay. Now, in my opinion, this always lies on the speaker, because you're the one, it's your slide deck, and you got to double check, but neither here nor there. And somehow he made a bunch of changes in his presentation, and somehow they used his old presentation on this new deal he was going to do. So he was ready to make this one presentation, but instead they had the old slide deck. And to your point, he couldn't just say, hey, you know what? Go to the main slide that just has the brand or logo, and just let me teach this to you. Yeah. He couldn't do it because he needed a slide deck to keep him teaching the points. Well, the difference here, to put context around this, that would have been like sales wise, that went from like probably a $2.5 million room that we should have did to maybe like a $485,000 room.
No way.
That's the difference. That's the difference in that one moment of knowing your shit and being great at what you do versus not being great at what you do, and you're stuck with having a cane, if you will, or a walker to help you along the way.
Well, people lose track of the folk. Like the whole point of having a stage like that is to build trust with an audience.
Yes.
And it's like as soon as you start pulling shit like that, people stop trusting you as much. It's like you can't. You're doing the opposite of what you built this for. It's like the subconscious thing that people are just like, they're maybe not be, they might not be sitting there thinking like, I now don't trust you.
Yeah, they're not going to say that.
But it's subconscious, you know,
because
like
their belief
you're
now
displaying incompetence to
you
me.
don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So why would I trust you now? That's what their subconscious brain is going. And that's why when the call to action happens, they don't move.
Yeah.
You lost them. You lost trust with the speakers, with the crowd.